Me and Jessica have made it to Coronado Springs. We have a lot to discuss. I'm gonna get some coffee. It is March 2nd, Saturday night, March 2nd, 2024. It's a crazy time getting here, guys. I gotta tell you, that was the roughest plane ride I've ever been on in my life. As most of you know, Jessica hates flying. That did not go well. Did not go well at all. Luckily, we're here. It was like riding Space Mountain for about 2 hours. It was turbulence, crazy ups and downs. There's more to this story, but we got here safe. Beautiful resort, Coronado Springs. This is absolutely gorgeous. They have all the different rooms out here. We're gonna do like a room review here at some point, maybe tomorrow or the day after. I gotta tell you, it was so rough coming down here. Jessica was, she's in the room resting right now, but it was absolutely terrifying. They had, one thing that is kind of disturbing is when you're on a flight and you hear the pilot get on with the flight, say to the flight attendants, in midair, the plane's going up and down and crazy, and the pilot says, for all the employees on the plane to take their seats and buckle up. And we knew at that point, I was like, this is gonna be crazy. Gonna get some famous Joffrey's coffee here, because I need it. So we made it back, we made it to the hotel. We took our Uber and got here. It was really nice, cheap. It was nice. It was a cheap ride from the airport here to our hotel. Really awesome place, really nice people. So we got to the hotel lobby and we're checking in, and all of a sudden I go to pay for the rest of what we owed, and my bank card was declined. Not only was that card declined, but my other card got declined as well. And it gets better. Jessica uses her card from a different bank, because I was thinking at this point, is it their system? Is it my bank? What's going on? So Jessica used her card from her bank. Declined. So at this point, you can imagine I'm freaking out. Like, we were, had nowhere to go. We're stuck. And they were so nice here. They went ahead and booked us in our room, got our room together. They said, they said, you're tired, get some sleep, come back in the morning, we'll figure it out, whatever it takes, we'll figure it out. And I was just so relieved by hearing that. I was like, wow, thank you so much, because I didn't know what to do. It had never happened to me before, and we keep hearing in the news of all the things going on with banks and stuff like that. And, I usually have cash on me, which I did, and I would use if I had to, there's a party going on back there. And this is an awesome place, I will say that. Anyway, so I go back to the room. I couldn't do anything online. I tried to call the phone numbers to call the bank frauds and stuff like that. Couldn't get through. And I'm thinking, great, my bank's not gonna open until Monday morning. Well, apparently there was a line that I could call for the fraud and it had red flagged my account, because I'm out of town. Now the funny thing about that is me and Jessica travel to Florida every 6 months. Jessica's got family. We're down here a lot. I've never had an issue. Never had an issue until now. And they had told us at the desk that this has been happening a lot, more and more lately. And part of the reason why I'm even talking about this, because if you guys travel, anybody on our channel travel, make sure you call your bank ahead of time, let them know that you're going out of town. But I've heard that sometimes that doesn't even work. I was talking to the lady in the fraud department, and she said sometimes it'll just flag no matter what. Because it was funny that it flagged 3 different cards, a couple different banks. That was absolutely crazy. Now I got it fixed, went up there, paid for it, awesome. We thought the night was over, we were gonna go to sleep, and it was about 11 o'clock last night, and absolute crazy. We went over to the restaurant, and we got there at about 11 o'clock, at night because it was the only place open till midnight. We're just getting an appetizer to share. And it was just, I don't know if everybody was wanting to get out of there. I'm chalking this into just a really bad day. I don't know what was going on. They were friendly, but the service, it took a long time to get our food. We just shared an appetizer. It took forever. It was like an hour. An hour. And it took them like 20 minutes to get me a water. A water. And I was like, you know, but don't let that reflect on what this resort is, because there are a ton of nice people.
I hate flying. Yeah. Like, I hate it so much. But we did it just because it was easier. And I like to sit by the window because I don't think that I would really get motion sickness on a plane, but I just like to be able to see. Like, I don't really know what all you said, but like...
I was telling him how it was a nightmare because of the turbulence and all that.
I always get a window seat because I like to be able to see, and I know it sounds silly, but it's kind of like a way for me to like kind of ground myself because I can see the horizon and stuff. But this plane, I swear, we stayed in clouds the entire time. You could not see any land or anything. Literally nothing. It looked like there was a white screen outside of our window. Like we were, I don't know. It was the craziest thing I've ever experienced. And so it was kind of freaking me out a little bit because I couldn't, like, I mean, not like get my bearings, but I'm sure you know what I mean. Like, it was just like really strange. So I was trying to not focus on that and like focus on the movie. But because we were in the clouds so much, we had so much. I mean, it was like the plane was like this, like the whole time. I mean, and I get it, and I understand, you know, that turbulence is part of flying and that kind of stuff, but it's just weird to have it the entire trip. Like, yeah. It was, and I'm like, I kept thinking, like, why is he not, like, flying out? Because usually they'll fly out of the weather or, like, veer around it to try to, so it must have been, like, a huge storm that came through or something. I don't know. Yeah. But it was not fun, and I was so glad that we finally landed. Even though when we landed, we still sat on the tarmac for 30 minutes before they pulled us into the gate. Yeah, I didn't mention that. Because there was a plane sitting there. Right. And where we needed to go. So it was just like, oh.
So basically, I gave them the rundown of our entire day. When we got to the hotel, the banking problems.
Yeah.
It was nuts. I've already told everybody all about it. I just wanted to give your point of view on the flight because...
Sorry, I was...
I know, it's fine. You know, I was kind of running out of light outside, too. It was kind of dark, but there were a lot of people, like, partying and screaming and stuff, so...
Yeah.
But, yeah, the banking thing, you know, and we've had some of you guys... talk about different banking issues across the country. There was actually someone who had just mentioned they had an issue with their bank account for the same type of thing.
I mean, I get why they do it, and it is comforting to know that they are, you know, looking out for something like that to where, and yeah, it probably is our fault for not saying, hey, we're on vacation.
But we've never had that problem before.
No. But I've heard that it's becoming a lot more common now, so now it might be something that we just need to do that we never had to do. But, I mean, it is comforting, but it's also really freaky when, you know, because nobody takes a bunch of cash on vacation. I'm sorry. Yeah, you might take some just for, you know, things here and there, but not that kind of money.
Right,
like, you know, when you're paying off your hotel or things like that, you know, you don't have that in cash. You're going to use your card. And when you can't use your card, you know, the only thing that you think in that moment, well, two things, is, oh my gosh, what happened to my account? Yeah. Is my money okay? And two, what are we going to do? Where are we, you know, are we going to be able to, you know, luckily they were super cool about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, she let us stay, which I didn't think that they wouldn't let us stay. And we figured it out anyway. That's the first thought going through your mind, though. That's like, what you think, because you're just like, oh my gosh, am I laying in the lobby all night, you know, like, and It was, but they wouldn't ever do that.
Well,
So.
and we were afraid that my bank wasn't going to open until Monday.
Yeah.
And we ended up figuring it out. I told
Yeah.
them, you know, we made the phone calls.
We did
got
figure it
taken
out
care
late
of.
last night, so
But it was just
could've,
funny that it
but-
was both of us.
I know. It
Both
was super
account,
weird.
2 different banks.
And mine never really has done that either. And I've never really seen it happen on a credit card. Because mine was a credit card and not a bank card. Like, I can understand a bank card, but not really a credit card so much because, you know, they're not really monitoring that as often as they would like a bank, like a checking card that's coming directly from your bank account.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it was super weird that it was happening to that. But it was just like really one more thing to happen.
Yeah.
But
icing on the cake.
Yeah.
I did tell them about the restaurant.
Yeah.
But I was nice about it because we were already having a terrible day. So it's like it was just icing on the cake. It was nice to get a little bit of food, but it was a nightmare.
Did you say why?
Not yet.
Okay.
So, as most of you know, and I was waiting for you for this. So, I'm allergic to coconut. Okay, now, they go to extreme...
So, Disney, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go for it.
Disney is so good with allergies or any type of dietary needs that you need. And almost every restaurant will ask you right at the beginning of your meal if you have any allergies or anything. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's just natural for us to say that he's allergic to coconut. And sorry if our screen faces are weird because there are TVs on. But
the blue.
I know we just changed to blue. So sometimes we just naturally say he's allergic to coconut just because it's just a natural. We're just used to saying.
But we ordered a beef dish.
But that's the thing. We ordered steak. It was steak frites, so it was steak when we just shared it because it was super late. So we just wanted something in our belly, and it's supposed to be just like pieces of steak with French fries, and some sauce. But because he had an allergy, they go to the extreme to make sure that there's zero cross-contamination between anything. So it takes a lot longer for them to prepare your food, so just kind of be prepared for that. Be
aware of that, yeah.
Which is good, because, you know, I think what it is they just make sure that they didn't use, like...
But it did need to take an hour.
But I think they just make sure they didn't use, like, a cutting board that they used to cut something that could have had that in it, or a knife or something like that. So it took a little bit longer for them to make it because of that, which is great. I mean, especially if you do have, like, a severe... Because we're not even really sure to the extent how harsh his is anymore. But, I mean... I know a lot of people have really bad allergies and really bad, you know, and they really can't tolerate some things. So it is great that they do that. Mm-hmm. So, you know, just be prepared to maybe wait a little bit longer because they will seriously probably
or ask them about how long is it going to take.
Or, I mean, like, they'll seriously will pull out brand new stuff to cook your food.
Like,
so that
the place was closed and we were still waiting on our food.
I mean,
the waitress was nice, but they, you know... Look, really, it was
late.
The end of the night.
We were having a horrible day.
Yeah, it just
I don't want to, like, completely, like, write the place off because I just feel like it was just one of those one-off things where everything wasn't going our way that day.
And we were nice about it.
So tired, but we were also hungry and we needed something to eat. And then, you know... And it was delayed because they were trying to take care of us. So, you know, you can't really be mad about that because they were trying to do everything to make sure that he didn't have any issues. So,
and honestly, I was a little hangry, but I didn't. As I expressed my kind of disgust with me and Jess were talking about it, but we were both tired, you know, and it, we didn't say anything to them. I did say, you know, like, is everything okay? What's taking so long?
Yeah, because it was taking a while, and there wasn't a lot because the place we ate at was more like mostly like a bar type area.
The place, yeah.
So most people weren't really ordering a lot of food, so that's why we were kind of like, why is it taking so long for them to order?
And there wasn't many people there.
And then when the guy came out and he told us about that, you know,
allergy-free place.
They have we kind of were like, okay, and then I guess did you tell him about the churros?
No. That was nice.
So she brought us a thing of churros to go with like their special sauces and stuff.
She didn't really like them. I thought they were okay.
As a, apology, which was awesome. So,
yeah,
you know they don't want you to be upset, and I don't think they, it was just not a day yesterday.
Yeah.
We probably should have just went to bed and not even, did anything because it was super late, but we had to eat something because it'd been the whole day. We haven't really eaten. I don't like eating when I travel. I hate flying. I hate everything about all of it. So I just kind of limit, liquids and everything just because, I just don't want to deal with it.
She gets real high anxiety.
I just,
flying, so.
I
we have determined that we're probably going to drive next time. So it's nice having your car down
says
here.
this now, and then in September when we come back, he'll be like, "Well, we should fly." And then, but the funny thing is like when all this stuff was happening, I'm like, "This is the stuff we should be filming, because this is the things you need to remember why it sucks so much to fly."
Yeah, well, and two, one thing also that I will say about this resort in particular is it's enormous.
It is big,
and you have to walk a lot. But the thing that would have been good is if we did drive, because we're used to driving. We drive all the time. We've only flown down here a few times. But there's parking lots all around this place. So if we did drive, that would have been very convenient.
I grew up taking road trips. We always drove everywhere we went. Didn't matter where it was. And I always thought of that as part of your trip. Like, it's fun to stop at gas stations and look at the weird crap that they sell, and it's fun to, go into rest areas and
I agree.
Sometimes the machines talk to you and different things like that. That stuff is just part of it for me. So yeah, while it's awesome to get here in 2 hours, it's still kind of weird because in my mind I'm like, I shouldn't be here yet. Like I should still be experiencing all these other fun things along the way.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and it's fun. It's like coming out of Cincinnati, we drive through the mountains. That's fun.
Yeah.
And then honestly, that's the hardest part for us because I know everybody always complains about driving through Georgia, but at least Georgia's flat.
It's just boring. There's nothing to really see, but it's just, I don't know. It's like, I just make it part of the adventure. Yeah. Buc-ee's. That's awesome to go into, places like that. And I don't know. I mean, yeah, I get both sides of it, but I also am a shopper and a heavy packer. And I like to be able to have the space to take and do and buy whatever I want. And not have to worry about, a bag limit or, all that kind of stuff. So
or getting searched to the gums by the
TSA. it's there's goods and bads to both, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's something I did leave out before was I had to get searched.
Yeah.
Or patted down.
Usually one of us always gets checked.
It was crazy. Like, I mean, I get it. And they're keeping it safe and everything, but You should have probably bought me dinner first.
They have to do,
Whatever. We're here. We're going to bring some awesome adventures for you guys here coming up here. You guys won't be seeing this for a few days. I already told them what day it is and everything. So we're a couple days behind you guys. I do have, you guys will have already seen the videos that I have coming out over the next couple days. In the past, boy, it's really weird doing these videos in the future. But anyway, we are here, and I will say that this place is awesome.
Yeah.
I showed some of the waterfall.
It's enormous.
The fountains and stuff like that.
It's cool because you don't really feel like you're in Disney.
No, you don't.
Like, you feel like you're in, Mexico or Cancun.
Well, it's the theming here is ancient Mexico and southwestern California, basically.
No, it's Southwest
America.
Is
Southwestern America, yeah.
it?
They have a whole area with bougainvillea, which is.
It's it reminds me kind of like an Arizona-y. Arizona, Albuquerque, New Mexico, that type of area.
Well, we're gonna do a resort review. We're gonna do a hotel.
All of the stuff.
Yeah, in the daytime when it's nice and light outside.
I mean,
we're gonna do a room tour.
You probably can't really tell these pictures right here. It has 3 caballeros and stuff, so it's that type of stuff.
We're gonna show all that in a separate video. We're gonna do a room tour and all that, but we have all of our stuff scattered out right now, so we don't want to, do that right now. But hey.
That's what happens when you travel.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. tonight. Thank you for letting us rant a little bit about this, vent a little. It was rough. I gotta admit, that kind of stuff usually, the flight and everything, that stuff doesn't usually bother me. What bothered me was when I couldn't find a bag in case you lost it.
It wasn't
the plane
so much
was
that
ridiculous. I mean,
it's not that I feel like
it's like
I'm
being
going
on a roller coaster
to be sick. It's just that I feel like I'm going to die and fall out of the sky. That's what I feel like, and that's just my anxiety.
Yeah.
And I can't. I don't know. Like it's hard to explain if you don't experience that.
Right.
But if you have high anxiety, you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it wasn't like I felt like I was gonna throw up or anything. I
didn't know.
I couldn't, like, it's like, you know, you almost have a panic attack because you don't know where you are, even though you know where you are. Like, and I know that sounds weird.
You're in the sky. You don't.
But I could have literally been on the ground inside of a green screen for all I know, because there was literally nothing to see. So I don't know. But yeah, it was not fun.
It's over. It's over. We're here. We're having a blast. And we're going to be doing more videos like this. Not like this. They're going to be more fun, entertaining.
Yeah!
We're going to do some eats and reviews. We're going to show you some of the food that this awesome resort has to offer. I want to talk about some of it, but we're going to say that for another video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe down below and follow us on our journey here, our adventure through Coronado Springs and all of the theme parks. We're going to have a lot of fun. Guys, thank you so much for watching. With all that being said, we are out. And always remember, the adventure
is out there.